Akwaba, welcome home to Africa.
We will be starting the tour in the male dungeon. In the course of the tour, we will also see the female dungeons where the women and children were kept waiting for these slave ships to arrive and take them away. There were 2 punishment cells. We'll have a look at these punishment cells. From there, we will walk out of what we call the door of no return, the exit to the slave ships.
One of the amazing people that we brought on our trip this year was Major. And so when we went to the slave castle, when we went into the men's chamber, there was a part of the room where they still had the remains of the people who were in there. And so he slowly put his hands down onto the remains, and he kept on saying over and over again, "I will make you proud. I will make you proud. I will make you proud."
We won't let you down. We won't let you down.
And I felt like that was such an impactful moment, because I feel like us as people, we want to make sure that we make our ancestors proud of us, because they went through so much so that we could be the people who we are.
Now the British, when they were building this slave castle, what they did was they constructed an underground tunnel. It started right behind the wall. The entrance was right behind the wall. Now they were using the tunnel as a passage. During the transatlantic slave trade, whenever the slave ships arrived to the shore, the men in the dungeon, they were not taken out through the main door to the ships. The British soldiers walked the men through the tunnel, still shackled together.
Now time is our son which one will groom. Why be you now? Why would you have done home? My name is Abbas and Pokemon. About the free bear, because we the free ball. Why did you so now which you name one at my my family will be open school will be wagging. I do believe you are my and my fisher. She, tell my little.
Okay, so we pray that the ancestors, the spirit will always be with you, guide you, protect you. And next year again, we are all gonna meet as one family.
Yes.
So the way I felt when I was walking on the grounds was the fact that I knew there were remains of people on there, and I knew that a lot of people, they suffered in there. And so every time I would walk on the grounds, it felt as if I was stepping on people, or as if I was hurting people as I walked. And it just made me not want to go in each room. It's like when you read a book, you visualize everything that's happening in the book, but it's the same thing when someone's telling you somebody else's experience. And so I also felt as if I was there, and that I was around these people at the same time. And it really did make me sad. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's just emotion is emotion. I'm just grateful that you have emotion.
I'm grateful that you, at the age of 12, understand and feel. How many kids don't?
Because I felt like I was walking on top of things, stepping on them. I didn't want to.
Yeah. It's very true.
There's also that
That's
connection with them. Like really, that right there just gives me the foundation of what I'm supposed to continue to be a better person and continue to be a person that helps others, because that's what they would want. I'm standing on their strength. I'm standing on their courage, on their bravery, on their resilience. You are a product of their resilience. Because of what they did in there, you're here.
A water system built originally to store rainwater, and they were using the rainwater to cook for the Africans they were keeping in the dungeons. That was the water they gave the Africans to drink.
Chloe, we can do it. We're doing it for our ancestors. We're getting to know what they went through so that we can have the freedom and the liberty that we have. I know it's tough, and that's what makes it so special, because you're connected to the pain and the suffering. But you know what's so beautiful? Is that you're alive to tell the story to all the people your age. That's big. We are blessed. We will not let you down. We will make you proud. We will not let you down.
So when I walked into the Mina Castle for the first time, I just was overwhelmed by sadness. It was just a heavy feeling that I don't think that I've ever felt before. And it's a combination of feelings. It's a combination of sadness in terms of empathy, what they went through, a sadness in terms of the loss of families that it created, and then thinking about the culture back in the States, especially with the African American community, and how there's so many broken families, and just the perspective of families today. It took me back to that moment and a lot of the root causes of those situations, cultural issues we have back in the States, probably started at that moment and the grounds that I was standing in.
Aquala.